Just prison inmates lament life of suffering, horrific meals, no medical care, no meat, no fish. According to these people, they say that they are being treated like animals and not humans. They are lamenting of the type of life they are passing in Nigerian prison. My correct people, them, this is really, really, really alarming. As Nigerians are now crying because of things that are happening in the country, talk more of people that doesn't have freedom, who happens to be in prison. My correct people, them. Sources also accuse the prison administration of failing to provide adequate medical attention, saying there is no good medical care since November 28, 2021. Remember, this is 2025. Since 2021, for 4 good years now, this people has not been provided medicine, medical care, no medical care to these inmates. Then release them, they don't want to release them. They say that they have been treated like slaves in prison. Shocking details have emerged from within the Just Custodial Center. This video you just watched and this one you are still seeing now happened in Plateau State, revealing a disturbing pattern of neglect, abuse, and systematic deprivation being endured by inmates at the facility. According to the information from sources in the center, the prison is plagued by several shortages of food and water, denial of medical care, and what appears to be a culture of brutality enforced by certain prison officials. People are dying in Just Custodial Center. There is no food, no water, no rights, and no privileges. One of the sources equally said that since last year, no meat, no fish, just watery beans and other terrible food that they don't even know how to describe the food. This video and pictures you are seeing here are all the foods being given to these people. For me, I cannot even detect the type of food they are giving to these people. Honestly, since you know you cannot take proper care, you don't have all it takes to care for inmates, why arresting them? At least if you arrest them, take them to court immediately. You understand? Check who is with and who is not guilty. Anyone that should serve the term, let's say 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, should serve and leave the prison, rather than jeopardizing people's life in the name of you are imprisoning them, yet you are not taking proper care of them. My people, Sources also accuse the prison administration of failing to provide adequate medical attention, saying there is no good medical care since November 28, 2021, that they have been treated like slaves. A particular troubling allegation is the claim that a single prison official nicknamed Abud has monopolized control over inmate affairs, allegedly dictating terms and treatment within the facility. It is like a family prison now. One of the sources said, whatever Abud says, that is what the Deputy Controller of Correction, DCC, does. Sources also suggest that ethnic bias in the management of the prison, alleging that control of the facility is concentrated in the hands of individuals from a particular ethnic group, native to Langtang, a locality in Plateau State. This new information comes and growing criticism of Nigeria's prison system, where overcrowding, underfunding, and administrative impunity have been persistent challenges. 2024 protest by inmates over food ration cut, which happened, the dire condition at the same that Just Custodial Center. This thing that is happening is still not new. Yet the so-called Nigerian government doesn't want to take correction. They don't want to look into these matters. Prisoners are dying in custody every day. Yet the government doesn't. In fact, they feel reluctant about this. Also, on Friday, May 1st, 2024, inmates at the facility equally staged a protest in response to plans by prison authorities to reduce their food rations, probably giving them only once in a day or once in 2 days. According to reports, the protests were triggered by a decision to reduce the inmate rice consumption from 4 times a week to just twice a week. Jesus. And I'm saying 2 times, once in 2 days. Just 2 times in a week. God forbid. Using cheaper alternatives such as grains or gari to feed the cap. And if you look at the type of food, the type of soup they are giving these people, even animals will not even feed from this particular food. They are being treated below animals. They are treated like non-living things. They are treated like leftovers. They are treated like dustbins. What is happening? These are human beings. Even though they committed a crime, you that is taking over them, you are not, you are still guilty of one particular crime, even though that your own crime have not come to public eye notice. For crying out loud, enough of these treatments. Why treating just prison inmates like slaves, like touts? Why giving them horrific meals and no medical attention? What is happening? This country is really something else. This is really, really ridiculous. My correct people, then wait till I got to talk. Waiting at that to talk. The prisoners are in fact are really crying out. We know that things are not moving properly in the country as it stands now because of the high cost of goods and services. Everything in Nigeria is at its peak at the moment. Things are very costly. Even for people that are not in prison to even afford 3 square meal per day for themselves and for their family, it is really hard this time. Talk more of inmates. Yet the so-called Nigerian government are still looking for people to arrest and imprison. Yet they allow the so-called Fulani headers that are killing people, killing innocent people to be moving around freely, still with arms and ammunition. The so-called Nigerian government and the security operatives who have chosen to torture innocent Nigerians who have vowed to come out on the social media spaces to aid their own point of view, they go roundabout, abducting and kidnapping them in the name of their arresting them, have failed to go against all these bandits and terrorist groups which have risen in the northern part of the country recently. They have failed to go against bandits, Laukara, bandits new group, against the so-called insurgent terrorists at the moment. They have refused to go alone. We have corrupt leaders. We have corrupt politicians. Why are they not going to these people? Yaya Bello was arrested for a fraudulent act in Kogi State. Instead of them to allow this man to carry play cards so that they will, take his photograph the way they normally do to anyone where EFCC arrest now, they refuse to do so. Not just that alone. Why did they collect bribe from Yaya Bello and choose to go for innocent Nigerian citizens? Look at Very Dark Man. Very Dark Man is in detention. He was denied access to his family. In fact, they refused to give info. They are starving Very Dark Man inside prison until Monday. And now heavy protests have in fact erupted, which will still emerge worse tomorrow, comes tomorrow being Monday, 5th of May 2025. My people, while they say it be like bicycle, you are not taking care of people under your custody in Nigerian different prisons, and you still want to collect you want to carry all of us in Nigeria in prison. How can you be able to take care of us when you have failed to take care of the little ones in your possession? Wahala they say it be like bicycle. When I saw this news, I was so touched. I was so furious. I was very angry. I was, in fact, looking at the video of the food being given to these people. You began to ask yourself this question: the way the so-called Nigerians politicians are treating us, do we deserve this? Is it necessary? Can Nigeria be better? Can Nigeria get better? This unity we are fighting, revolution, are you sure this is gonna work? Remember that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been agitating for a better Nigeria, for revolution, for good things to happen in Nigeria before he chose to opt for freedom of Biafra. Before he decided to say, no, let me demand for my people's freedom. Because from the look of things, even Very Dark Man have asked himself this question: are you sure Nigeria is gonna be better? The way things are going, even if you are trying to make things to work in the country, you will still see many people that are not even balanced. People that are not even eating like 3 square meal per day, still fighting for that particular mission you are fighting for. They'll be fighting against it. I don't know if you guys are getting something. Kai, may God help us in this country. Nigeria still have a long way to go because the country has spoiled beyond repair. It has spoiled beyond repair. The only everlasting solution, revolution might not be the solution. The everlasting solution is division. Every part, go your separate ways, solve your problems by yourself. We can have a central government where each part of the country can contribute their own quota monthly, or peradventure, let's say weekly. Better than dying under one unity, than dying in the name of one Nigeria. It is better we go our separate ways, because the so-called politicians are not better either. Nobody that you will elect tomorrow that will make Nigeria a better country. It will still get worse, except we are not electing all these calibers that have in fact engulfed the political system in the Nigeria of today. Anyway, my lovers, what is your opinion? Feel free to drop it in the comment section. And if you know you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly do well to subscribe. Turn on the bell button so that you always get notified whenever we post our latest content. Christy TV got you covered. Thank you for always watching and supporting our ministry. God bless you and have a lovely day.